Welcome everyone. Today, on the occasion of International Women's Day, we are gathered here to celebrate the contribution of women in the rapidly evolving world of Web3. Web3, the decentralized web, has emerged as a promising space for innovation and empowerment, offering new opportunities for women and participate and lead in the tech industry. Today's webinar is dedicated to exploring these opportunities and discussing the challenges that women face in the Web3 landscape. We have gathered an exceptional panel of experts to share their insights and experience with us. Welcome, Roxana, Stephanie, and Dante.
Hello. Happy International Women's Day.
Yay. Guys, if you can give a quick introduction of yours. We'll start with Stephanie.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie So. I am the CEO of a disruptive blockchain company called Geeq, Geeq, and I'm very excited to be here.
Perfect. Yes. Dante?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm honored to be here. My name is Dante. I'm the founder and CEO of Switch Web3. Switch Web3 is a platform where people can connect, learn, hire, and transition to Web3. Thank you so much. Well, a lot of greetings from Turkey.
Yes. Roxana, please.
Hello, beautiful ladies. First of all, happy International Women's Day. My name is Roxana Pistolea, and I am a woman in Web3 from Romania. I work as a social media manager, speaker at events, and content writer at Humans.ai. And apart from this, I am forming the first organization for ladies in Web3 in Romania, which already counts 50 ladies.
Perfect. So without further ado, let's dive into the world of Web3 and discover how women can shape the future of this exciting technology. So guys, my first question to you is, what's in your opinion the most exciting trends and developments in Web3 are? Like, how can women participate in and benefit from these changes? Like, Stephanie, would you like to start us off first?
Sure. I think one of the things that I've noticed in the past few years is that there is such an immediate connection between the people who find each other working on Web3. And for me, being able to work from home has been very important, and being able to think about how the landscape is changing very easily with other people is just one of the most exciting things in general, not just with Web3. So I think it's really great that we don't have to get out and jostle for attention so much to rise to a time and place where we can talk to each other.
Perfect. Roxana, what do you think?
There's no doubt in my mind that the future of Web3 will be powered by AI and blockchain, the two most important tools humanity has ever created. As a woman in the Web3 industry, I sometimes struggled with finding my voice, and I needed a lot of work to make it heard. And to be quite honest, I still do. But in my opinion, AI is genderless. That is why I see the combination of AI and blockchain as a new environment built around AI economy and focused on the augmentation of the human species overall. Also, I see it as an opportunity for my fellow ladies and any underrepresented group to shine unafraid in an ecosystem where the only relevant duality is binary code.
Absolutely. Dante, would you like to add something?
Definitely. There are recent developments in this new emerging space. And if we have a look at metaverse, for example, social device, most likely there are a lot of harassment there towards women. So we have to bring some measures to prevent that. And NFT is also another exciting opportunity for us because, as you know, women, we are quite engaging using social media. So I think leveraging NFTs, we can take advantage of those loyalty programs specifically tailored for women.
That's true. And I think the rise of Web3 gaming is another exciting trend. Like women can participate and benefit this change from playing and creating games on these platforms, right? So yeah,
Definitely.
moving on to the next question, guys. The blockchain industry is rapidly evolving and it requires a desired set of skills and knowledge areas for success as well. So, what are the specific skills and knowledge areas do women need to cultivate to be successful in this blockchain industry? And what can organization do to encourage more women to pursue careers in this field? Roxana, would you like to go off?
Yes. Apart from the intellectual and technical skills, I believe women should cultivate resilience, straightforwardness, the courage to speak up, and self-confidence in their professional skills. I believe that women should become more assertive and less agreeable. We can actually encourage more women to enter this field by treating them equal to their male counterpart professionals in terms both in terms of equal recognition of merits and equal pay. And I also think that organizations can encourage more women to pursue careers in this field by presenting success stories of women in the industry and maybe organizing regular meetups that can help empower and encourage other ladies to pursue their passion for blockchain professionally.
Absolutely. Stephanie?
I really agree with Roxana. I think that blockchain is an area that is dynamic. It is intellectually fascinating, and any woman who is interested in the area can find their place, whether it's on the tech side or in communications or in making it accessible to other people. I think that we have a lot to offer. And Web3 is so broad that it's really, in essence, recreating a society. Except this time, there's a lot of recognition for merit. So it's possible that it's a meritocracy, which is a wonderful thing for people who have not had a chance before.
Absolutely. Ante, what's your thought on this?
I am a woman coming from the startup world, right?
Yes.
And I'm not a technical founder, and I struggle a lot because of that. And this is why I want to speak for myself and other women in my shoes. I think if women can become familiar with financial literacy, cryptography, I think that would be a big plus. At the same time, women should learn programming languages such as Solidity, Golang, Python, Ruby that are compatible with Web3 languages. Because once we understand that, I think we will have more control. And other thing is understanding blockchain architecture in general would help, because when we look at the onboarding experience, for example, it is quite different compared to Web2 applications. In Web3, we have to first connect our wallet, and to most it's scary, right?
Yes.
It's completely different onboarding experience for customers. So as we women, we should get familiar and understand those new technologies to be competitive in this new space.
Agreed. I completely agree with you, Dante. And organization can also create opportunities for women to showcase their skills and knowledge by hosting hackathons and other events, right? They can also provide funding for women-led projects too. So this needs to be done, like a larger basis. Moving on to the next. So unfortunately, there are still myths and misconception about women in the blockchain industry today. So how can we challenge these stereotypes and promote more accurate representation of women contribution to Web3 and promote more supportive and welcoming environment for them? I would like to start off with Dante.
Of course, there are many, as it happens in the similar fields, right? The first myth is women cannot achieve those greatest things as men. This is totally false. If the woman is given an opportunity, we prove so many times that we can achieve a lot of greater things. This is one of the misconceptions. And just referring back to my previous point, I'm a woman coming from the startup world. There are already a lot of misconceptions about women. And in the Web3 space, even though this is emerging era right now, we see a lot of underrepresented communities. And I believe this is a good opportunity to prove wrong about these misconceptions.
Roxana, what according to you are the biggest myths and misconceptions that women working in blockchain industry today?
First of all, Dante, that was beautifully answered, and I completely resonate with what you said. Regarding the question, first of all, it's never good to generalize. We need to shift the perspective. Humankind is currently undergoing a paradigm shift, and it should also positively influence these myths about women. We should turn the myth that women are more cautious and do not take risks into women are more thorough, or blockchain is not a feminine industry. We should turn this into blockchain is a gender neutral industry. Another myth would be that blockchain companies are not women friendly. Actually, blockchain companies hire based on skills, irrespective of gender. And I actually have a lot of women colleagues at the company I work at Humans.ai, and the environment is very human friendly and bias free. And the last myth I struggled with is that women can't be top management in blockchain. Actually, we should turn that into any human, irrespective of gender, can be top management in blockchain. And maybe Satoshi really is female. That would certainly instantly challenge all these stereotypes.
Agreed. Beautifully answered, Roxana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephanie, what about you? What do you think? Like, what stereotypes are there? Like, we have to break in and get into there so that the world can know.
I think these other answers have been powerful. I think one of the things that we have to break is that the world is going to be divided between technocrats and everybody else. Scientists tend, I believe in science, I should say that in this day and age, but they tend to emphasize the hard skills still and not so much the soft skills. And I think that along with Roxana's point earlier about finding your voice and being confident, women have to grab their voices and be confident in their talents, whether they're in the hard skills or the soft skills. They all matter in constructing this Web3 environment. So I think the stereotype that needs to be broken is that there's a division where some people get to be on top because they have certain training. I don't think that's true in this world that we're creating.
I completely agree. And I think to challenge these stereotypes, we need to promote like more accurate and highlighting the complements of female leaders in the industry and create more opportunities for women to share their knowledge and expertise. Additionally, like organization can create more inclusive work environment that value diversity and more equal opportunities for all. Like today, the Web3 can change many industries and create more equitable and inclusive society. So that comes to my next question. Like, how can we leverage the power of Web3 to remove the gender gap, promote gender equality, and empower women in the Web3 industry and the other sector as well? Yes, Stephanie, you can go first. Yes.
Well, for me, often it comes down to a theme of access. And I think that when you grow up with a stereotype, as I did, that it's unusual for a woman to have a technical background. That presents both a mental discouragement of hesitation of trying to get into the field. And I think what we need to say is, even though blockchain is highly technical, Web3 blockchain will be fairly unobtrusive someday, I think. And so there's no need to hold back from entering. And I think in terms of markets, I have an economics background. So the issue of pay for me is a issue of how do we reward skills, and how do you make those skills evident so that you get rewards. And I think that Web3 is an opportunity to get in the market. Number one, don't be afraid. You can access it through your internet, and take advantage of these platforms that are not locked up by monopolies. You can just go in there and do something.
Yes, absolutely. Well said. Dante, what's your thought on this?
I think promoting decentralized decision-making process could be a big plus, because, again, as we spoke, there are a lot of gender bias towards different groups, towards minorities. For example, at Switch Web3, we are bringing community voting to future new talents, right? And why I'm saying this, I speak with a lot of female engineers, and I heard this myth story. When they submit their code on GitHub, if the other coders, male coders, know that they're female, unfortunately the rejection rates skyrockets, right? But if they stay anonymous, their acceptance rates dramatically increase. This is a clear indication that, you know, we need to pay attention to making things a little bit anonymous to create more inclusive, diverse community. So for that, I think decentralized structures play a vital role.
Absolutely, it plays a very vital role. And Roxana, what's
I really agree with what Stephanie and Dante said, and to add to that, I would refer to my experience as a speaker and attendee at some industry events such as NFT NYC and NFT London. And from attending and speaking to networking and community events, it all made me realize that the Web3 space has the potential and is a very inclusive and unbiased, undiscriminating space. As Stephanie said, you have access because now the focus is on decentralization. It gives back the power to the user, and people who are passionate about learning and about technology and who have growth mindsets, they can just meet up and exchange ideas and instantly empathize with each other. So in my opinion, Web3 is about community, and if you just take a second and connect with a woman you admire, and then with another one, you can form groups of women in Web3 sharing the same mission, vision, and values, and step by step we can help grow the women in Web3 space.
Yes, the community has to grow. Like, I think to remove the gender gap and promote gender equity, we need to ensure that women are represented and empowered in the development and deployment of Web3 technologies. And I completely agree with Roxana that this can be done by providing training, education, creating communities, and more opportunities for the women to get involved in Web3 projects and promoting female leaders in the industry. That leads to my next question, that there are like many exciting developments happening in Web3 that women should be paying attention to. So what women can do to encourage more women to get involved in this field? Like I would like to start off with Dante. Yes.
Okay, so you're asking for these recent advancements, what other women can do to encourage other women. Yeah, is that the
Yes.
question?
Yes.
Okay, I think in that sense, mentorship, right? Creating communities, being part of those communities and involving other women. If we have, for example, tech workers around us or women who could be interested in the subject, we could just ask them to, join our group, join our discussions. And for example, just yesterday, I was also guest speaker for another panel conference from Nigeria. And their strong mission is to support women in the Web3 space. I think it would be wise to create those communities and support those communities through incubation programs, accelerator programs, because I feel like they are the, how should I say? They are the change makers to make those sort of things happen, to educate women, just connecting startup founders together with mentors. I think this is quite important.
Perfect.
Roxana, do you think that networking events actually help women to get into the blockchain and the Web3 industry? Like, does networking help in Web3 as well? Like,
Yes, I think networking actually is one of the most important tools in Web3 because you meet people who share the same values as you share. You find out about other industry news, other industry events. It's all about information and networking, not just about connection. It's also about information. And to add to what Dante said, yes, it's about mentorship, and I believe that it all starts with education. So we should start even earlier than going to Web3 events. We should start going in schools, in high schools, in colleges, and maybe create some workshops for girls who are still not sure if they should follow a career in the STEM field. Women are underrepresented in the STEM field. There are only, I think, 13% women in these types of tech careers, and maybe in Web3 even less. So we should start by educating and sharing the beauty of Web3 with girls, so that they can pursue a career further on.
perfectly, indeed. Like, we should actually start that in the early days so that they can be there. Stephanie, would you like to add something? Like, what's your
Um,
thought? Yes, yes.
I think starting early is definitely a key to any child's success. Role models, mentoring is a good idea. I've always been a very independent person, so it's been hard for me sometimes to know that I need a mentor. So I think that I've grown out of it. I know I need advice now. But I think one of the things, rather than doing, or in addition to doing sponsored events, and is just to speak like this, very honestly. I think the women you brought on the panel have been very honest about their experiences, and that really helps because we can drop the facade and say, this group is a group that maybe is not the easiest one to tackle. Here are some women who are supportive. Here are some men who are supportive. I think trying not to put a glossy top on everything, but actually being real with each other is something that we have a chance to do here, because Web3 is a large enough space that we don't have to compete with each other,
Yes,
which I think
absolutely.
has been a problem in other careers. So we can, I really see potential here to help each other.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And to encourage more women to get involved in Web3, I think we need to provide like more educational and training opportunities, as well as create more inclusive work environments that value diversity and provide equal opportunities for all. That comes to our final questions. That how can we, talking about mentorship and support for female leaders, like how can we create more opportunities for mentorship and support for female leaders in the Web3 industry? Like what are the resources and networks that are available to help women in advancing their careers in Web3? Roxana, would you like to go first?
Yes, this is a very personal question for me because this exact question has been on my mind for a very long time. And as I mentioned, I struggled a lot with finding my voice and with finding other women who would support me. And as Stephanie said, we need to be honest. Women are not exactly known for being very supportive of each other. So I didn't find the resources and networks to help me with my personal struggle. So that is why I decided to just create my own network. So I started gathering ladies from the Web3 space in my country, in Romania, from lawyers to metaverse architects to PR and marketing specialists, AI specialists, NFT collectors and creators, journalists from every area of the Web3 industry, and to create a local community with a shared mission. And actually, I just wanted have to be surrounded by women who can understand me and whom I can understand, and we could provide each other with mutual support and empowerment. Because I think that if women get together, we can change the world. And I know it sounds like something from a fairy tale or like a cliche, but I truly believe that if we are kinder with each other and more honest and just drop the facades, as Stephanie said, we just have everything right in our front. These are the tools we need to help women advance in careers. Just be kind and honest with each other.
Yes, kind, honest, and well said. That understanding is the biggest help and encouragement one woman can get from the other. Uh, Stephanie, would you like to add something? Your thoughts?
All of this is resonating very strongly with me. I think there will be a role for every personality. I really do think that there is a place for everyone in finding their way here. So you have two other guest panelists here who are very accomplished and thoughtful and leaders. Not everyone is born that way. Some people take time to grow into it. Some people just don't have that kind of personality. There's still room for everyone. And I love what Roxana said about building her community. Just start conversations with people, and if they pay off, then fine. If not, move on. But supporting each other would be a great thing.
Yes. Oh, perfect. So, Dante, what's your way of finding the opportunity? How to like get the mentorship? Like, what's the best way to get it today?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to summarize it one word. It's sisterhood. I think we need to embrace sisterhood more and more. And I totally agree with Roxana and Stephanie. Everything starts with community, right? And we need to be
Yes.
kinder to each other. And we know that even though we are not a minority, we're 0.5% of the population, but in the tech world, we are. So we have to know this, and we have to always, we should keep this in mind and never hesitate to give a helping hand to another woman. And when it comes down to organizations, besides providing mentorship, I think they should offer professional career paths tailor for their employees and women. For example, they could offer certification programs, training programs. We know that Blockchain Council is providing amazing opportunities for tech workers. So I think women can take advantage of those programs.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Like sisterhood is the best thing we can have it today. And to create more opportunities for mentorship and support female leaders in Web3 industry, I think sisterhood will definitely help us. And we need to establish like more formalized mentorship programs and network as well. Like these programs can provide women with access to experienced mentors, like who can offer guidance, support, and advice as they navigate their careers. Like,
Arsha, I think that sounds really wonderful. And my only hesitation is, I think for both men and women, Web3 is very new. So the idea that there are great mentors out there might be setting up some people for trying to look for something that they would be better off just exploring on their own. Because at least from my perspective, I invent things every day. I figure out how to do things every single day. How am I going to do this that's new? And so it's really the sisterhood, the community of being able to talk to each other who are also trying to figure their way out is, I think, just as important as finding mentors.
yes.
I just wanted to say that it's a lot of us don't necessarily know and have great answers right now, but
Yes.
still try, right?
Yes, absolutely. Never stop trying. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Dante, Stephanie, and Roxana for taking out the wonderful time and joining us today, and the audience as well. To conclude, I would say, as you may know, the field of Web3 and AI is rapidly growing and evolving. And there has been never been a better time to become a AI expert, like a certified AI expert. And we're excited to announce that on the 11th of March and 12th, we'll be hosting an interactive live training for those who are looking out there for the deeper understanding of AI and gain practical insights to apply in their work or businesses. As a special offer, we provide 30% discounts on the registration when you use the coupon code EDU30. This offer is valid and limited for a limited time only. So be sure to register today and take the advantage of this incredible opportunity. And don't miss out to become a certified AI expert and take your career or business to the next level. We hope you see you there. And Roxana, Stephanie, thank you for the wonderful insights and experiences that you have shared today. And Dante, especially for waking up in the early in the morning and coming, and all the errors we had before starting out our webinar. It was a great sesh, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ladies.
Thank you,
Nice to
guys.
see you all. Bye.
Very nice to see you. Happy Women's Day, guys.
Happy International
Women's
Women's
Day.
Day. Yes.
Happy Women's Day.